Hello and welcome to the Insight podcast, which is a podcast about insight, which is why we call it that. You already know what we do here. We talk to the cast and the crew of the film and we talk about them, and that's what we do. You already know that. So I've got two of those people here with me today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I don't know who wants to go first. Decide amongst yourselves.
This is where we both speak over each other, but hi, I'm Charlotte Fenton and I'm playing Detective Lois Avery.
Hi, and I'm Oscar. I play Christian, Sierra's ex.
So the first question, as it always is of course, what inspired you to work in this industry and become an actor?
Go on, Oscar.
Oh, okay. It's like school stuff, really. And I guess because when I was a little youngster, I wasn't very outspoken or anything like that. And then I had a go, and I got a very, very small crap role. Not that there were any small roles, but and I don't know. I just really enjoyed like that sort of what's the word? Just I can't think of it now. It's gone from my head. But the
inspiration.
No, something. No. Don't. You know, it made sense to me. No, don't worry. Forget about it. But I enjoyed it. Is my point. I enjoyed that, and I kept doing it.
Cool. For me, I feel like it was very similar. It was school. When I was in school, in secondary school, I literally was probably the worst student. Like, I never really turned up. And I don't know, the only thing I seemed to enjoy was drama. And I felt like I didn't really have much of a voice back then. But obviously I felt like when I was doing acting and stuff, it kind of gave me a bit of a, as you would say, like another character to kind of speak through, which I started to really enjoy. And so, yeah, I just felt like that was the best way, really.
So obviously, acting in this short film, all of the pre-production has been done remotely through things like Zoom and stuff. What sort of challenges have you guys found as actors working remotely?
I feel like normally it would be a massive struggle, but I feel like so far anyway, it's not been too hard. But I would say probably like on like Zoom calls, like read-throughs and stuff, maybe energies and relationships, trying to build that has probably been the hardest, because you obviously you focus a lot, well, all of it on your energies that you give off, and obviously it's got to be a lot bigger if you're doing it through a screen, especially when you're not with the actors. I mean, you can obviously give off a certain energy through a screen when you're watching it, but when you're actually not even together, it's even harder. So, yeah, probably that.
Yeah, I guess, and it comes into sort of regular conversation as well, but when it's having like an actual body in front of you to interact with, and like it's hard to see nuances and stuff like that, I guess, most of the time, and like people's hands can be outshot, you know, out off the screen or whatever. Even you start to focus just mostly on voice, which I guess isn't entirely bad, but I don't know. You're very aware that you're talking to a screen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and sort of leading on from that, we all did as a group. We did sort of auditions to work out, you know, how everyone was approaching the script and how people worked with each other, and we all did auditions with each other. So sort of, you know, how do you find those? Do you have any funny stories from those? How did you find when you started working with the guys in the group? How did you find it?
I really enjoyed it, to be honest. I really enjoyed the audition things to see how everyone worked out together. Because there was like no script or whatever at that point, it was really good fun to just sort of, it felt like the just like the start of creating. It was just very exciting, to be honest, even when you're just chatting a load of crap to each other. You know, I guess I did mine both with you two, actually. I found it very challenging, but once I was in the mindset, I was just really like going for it, and just enjoyed exercising my like conversational brain in that sense.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting. I think as well, not having a script to work off, like, made it different, because sometimes you kind of know like what character you're going for in auditions, but for this it was kind of just interesting to kind of fully do improv and just have absolutely no idea. But yeah, they were funny. I don't think I had any majorly funny ones. I think mine and Oscar's was probably the funniest, but I can't even remember like funny what that even was. Like, weren't we doing something about a bench or something?
Well, I think everyone had the bench thing, but it was. I think I was just being a massive bum about the whole thing. I think that's the thing. But then we also did. Someone touched your bum, and I had to. It was my mate, and then I had to swoop in and be like, "No, it's all right." And then I tried to ask for your number, but then we went on like this really long tangent about the cinema, and like, was it like Romeo and Juliet? Maybe that's just me pulling that from nowhere. Maybe it wasn't about that. No, I did. I remember Sherlock Gnomes. I was going to take you to see Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah. You said you'd already
harassing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I liked how they went on a tangent. I liked it.
Because then I came in, because I did mine with Oscar like immediately after, and I just came
I was revved up at this point. You got the worst bits, but continue.
Yeah, well, I mentioned it on here a couple of times about with the sex toy, which was with Oscar, where he was trying to steal. Yeah, so when I came in with Oscar, we did the bench thing, and then we did one where he was trying to steal my bag, and it had a sex toy in it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was it was specific, and then I tried to start a sex toy empire with
and then I was trying to like sell it to you for a specific price or something. It escalated really quickly because you just got Beth messaging you different things, and it's
very.
But it was fun. It was fun to see how people would adapt and how you would adapt as in the moment. So they were really fun. I think they eased us all as actors into it.
What I liked about it, I think, is that it felt like exercise on like instinct as opposed to acting, and just like plain reaction to things and stuff like that, and just working your way around what someone said, because it was just immediately all it is sort of giving each other problems and then having to solve them straight away with words, and that was very, very fun for me. Yes.
No, I liked it. Yeah.
Another thing that we've all been doing on this film as a group, we've all been marketing the film and using Crowdfunder to raise money for it. And everyone has got their own they're working on their own specialist area, but everyone's taking part in that. So were there any sort of surprises with that for you, or any challenges that you found with marketing? Were you familiar with, marketing a film and raising finance for a film beforehand, or not?
I wasn't familiar for raising the money for the film. I'd done marketing before, but yeah, it was interesting though, like how quickly we raised so much money. I thought I knew we could do it because there's obviously so many of us, and that meant we had so many more connections and stuff. But at the same time, I was just like, how long will that take? Especially, after being told it was ambitious that we were going for at least 5,000. But yeah, I was quite shocked at how quickly you can raise it.
I was very shocked as well. I've quite enjoyed seeing all the stories go up at the same time though. That whole like choreography of trying to make sure everything goes up at the same time. I'd just like to sort of, I don't know, it feels at that point that it's like a collective push of everyone, and that's quite like nice to see, I guess.
Yeah, I guess putting the group chat like, there's a new post up, everyone go share it.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone go like
everyone
it.
goes there, you just see,
See who doesn't.
everyone's story. Yeah. And then you get to something like, that's not been shared as many times as there are people in the group. Naughty, naughty.
Name calling. No, it was, it is interesting to see kind of like how, because everyone's kind of, even if you're on a social media, like we've got kind of a little bit different teams on different platforms, but just to ensure everyone's kind of talking, everyone's aware that this is the time, this is when it does it, and just making sure everyone time and stuff like that. Is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's got the same sort of energy as putting the stuff up is the same as like the bit leading up to a bank heist in a film. I feel that's the same energy. I feel it's like it all comes together, and then there you go. That's all I had, just the physical display. But yeah.
So this film is it's produced by National Youth Film Academy, and it's all on this Set Ready course by NYFA. What sort of attracted you guys to that as a course and as a organisation?
Well, with the National Youth Film Academy, I actually, when I was like, oh my God, how old would I be now? Probably like 14, 15. That's when I had my first agent, and I used to go to like workshops with them, and they did a summer school, and they had like a summer, like just a week-long, intense week, whatever, and we had like mock auditions and stuff like that, and script reading and stuff like that, and they brought these kind of like a film crew in and a casting director and all the rest of it, and the casting director was actually Rob, and it was his kind of like group. And I remember like we all got pictures with them and stuff, and I have literally got this selfie with Rob when I was like 14, and I always said to him when I was that age, I was like, when can I sign up? And he was like, he said like, you've got to be 16. I remember thinking, okay, when I'm 16, I'll audition. I never did. I think I auditioned for the first time and got in when I was like 18, but I didn't go. But I always remembered like, I'm going to go when I'm older. And I always remembered it from then on.
What attracted me? I think I was sort of looking for a leg up in terms of that sort of thing, because I feel like it's very. It feels like this that I needed a step between nothing and something, and I think it has sufficiently filled that gap at the moment, I guess. And also, I haven't like my course is a theatre course, but I wanted some acting stuff separately to support that, and that's why it all sort of came up, and I saw it and on Instagram, I'm pretty sure, and was just like, okay, cool, let's go do this sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same with sort of. It feels like a stepping stone from, because I didn't have any idea where to start or what to do, and I looked at some university courses and they just weren't. I just didn't feel like it was worth for me to go for a course that I probably wouldn't enjoy as much as I should be doing if I'm like paying that much and devoting 3 years to it, to come out and then not really know where to go from that. And yeah, I think that's a great thing about this course, is that it is, it's not an easy way to get into the industry and be successful, because there is no easy way, but it's a good stepping stone. It's a great,
I think it's like a good place to kind of, as they say, like network, because that's obviously so important in this industry. I think it was something to kind of broaden the locations that you've networked as well, because I'm just not really, I'm not one to kind of go into London very often, and if I am, I'm working. And so, I think it's, again, another opportunity to kind of actually spend some time just working but networking at the same time with other people kind of your age and kind of, I don't know, like your kind of same kind of people. So yeah, I think it was another stepping stone into that.
I think that I'm actually quite surprised at how little it's felt like networking, which is a good thing, and it's just been like meeting people who just sort of have a similar interest, you know, in the end. And because I don't know, I always see like the word networking as something that is like quite, it's useful, and if you can do it, you can do it. But I always feel very like there is some weird, you can tell other people are kind of forcing a little bit, and it feels quite weirdly like argumentative, you know, like a clash somewhere, but you can't really work out where it is. And I'm glad this hasn't felt like that, you know, and that's given me hope for like networking in the future, to sort of see it in a different way, just meeting people.
Just getting to know people, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So you, Charlotte, this is a question more for you specifically, because the majority of us are playing people who know Sierra in the film. This is we're playing people who know Sierra, friends and family and such. But you've got a slightly different role because you're playing our police officer, our detective. Has there been a sort of specific way you've approached that role? Have you looked into how the real world police force and detectives work?
So yeah, when I initially obviously got a role, I kind of like had to brainstorm in my head like what best way to approach it, because obviously can't really go off natural experience, never really been there. So yeah, I mean, I think it's more just kind of previous shows, because obviously it's like a female kind of head, she is the head, so it's kind of it's nice to kind of look at more shows that focus on a female detective officer or so. I remember I was talking to Lauren, and we were both talking about different roles and different shows to kind of have a look at. I can't think off the top of my head which ones, but we back at the beginning we were talking about different female-led kind of detective programs and things like that, and how they kind of make the character unique rather than being like a really serious and or boring kind of like detective. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't really want it to just be a monotone detective. That's really not very interesting. But yeah, because obviously my character's obviously got some background and there's some areas there, and I need to bring that through. So I kind of wanted to kind of, I don't know what I kind of can't say. There was things I wanted to research, and there was areas about her past and stuff I wanted to kind of look more into. So yeah, I did do a bit more personal research into her kind of character and her experiences, and kind of how she would feel and why she would feel that way with being kind of the lead, the kind of the confidence she should have for being like a head detective rather than being, the side person that, an irrelevant person who doesn't really speak much or something like that in terms of like power in the police department, if that makes sense.
We've got some fun questions now, because I should have reorganized the order of my questions and done a fun one earlier. Oh well, we've got some fun ones now. So if you were to come into this process, but not as an actor, what other role would you most likely do?
You go first, Oscar. What's I think?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'd want to be a writer, because I'm generally quite interested in writing things. I do enjoy to write things. I've never written a script before, but that would be something I'd definitely. I don't know if I'd be really good at it or really bad at it. I think there would be no. Well, actually, that sounds quite egotistical now, didn't you? Know, you get the negative as well. Probably really bad at it because I don't know. I've only ever really written like brief things, I guess. But no, probably that or director. Yeah, just because I like telling people what to do. But continue.
I'd probably say director because I don't know. I think when working on things, I've always kind of had the same. I don't know. I've always had a lot of like images in my head as to like how I can see things and having a certain way. Obviously, like you don't say that because you're not the director, but like you can imagine a lot of things in your head, and I kind of I think I would quite enjoy kind of helping bring that to life and be like, no, like being really specific. I'm quite a perfectionist with things as well. And I don't shy away from kind of telling people what to do. So, or taking the lead or whatever in things. So if I needed to, I would happily be like, well, this is what it is. And I don't know, I think it would be a really interesting job to kind of make sure every little detail was as I imagined.
What is sort of a dream film or TV show for you to work on? So that could be something that has been made in the past or something that hasn't been made yet, or, whatever you want. What is your dream role?
I would like to be in a really bad horror film. And I don't know what, but I watched something called The Bye Bye Man the other day. And it was essentially, the villain in that is like an old blue man with like a hooded, what's it called? A hooded dressing gown and like a t-shirt from Topshop. I'd like to be in that. That's what I do. That or I'd love to be a bloody Power Ranger. That would be ideal. Because then you do the season and then you'd look silly for a bit and then you get out of there.
Why a bad horror? Why not a good one?
Good question. I don't know. Well, have you seen The Bye Bye Man?
No, but
Then
by
you
the sounds of it,
simply
you just
won't
want to ruin your
understand.
career before it starts.
Well, I don't know. I just enjoy them. I think they're so silly that they become like, I don't know. Enjoy. I would laugh more if I could see my face doing something bad inside. I don't know. That wouldn't actually be my dream. The Power Ranger thing would be my dream. No, okay, let's go.
Oh dear. Well, I think something. Yeah, I always wanted to be in a horror, a good one though. So probably a horror, or maybe I just literally thought about something as well in my head, and I can't think what I just thought. Oh, I don't know, something like not to be Spider-Man, but like to be in something like that. I love Spider-Man. That's like my favorite.
Something like Power Rangers or something like that.
No, not Power Rangers. Spider-Man.
Why do you love Power Rangers so much, Oscar?
I watched it the other day as well. I think it's Dino Thunder, and the guy he like does like a spin kick into like a dinosaur's face and then runs away. It's great.
I mean, I used to love them when I was a kid. Like, I remember being like, "Oh, I'm going to be like the pink one," but no, that is definitely not my dream right now.
I'm pretty sure, like in year one, we got asked like, "What do you want to be when you're older?" And someone in my class said, "I want to be a Power Ranger." Like, that was it. That was what he wanted to do as a job. He wanted to be a Power Ranger.
How's that going for him?
I think he's studying it at university.
Studying it?
Yeah, Power Ranger. He's reading Power Ranger.
Course thing,
yeah.
I like that. Has he got a colour in mind or what?
Fuchsia.
What? Fuchsia. Okay.
Like pink, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Is that like salmony pink or something?
Yeah, it's like pink or purple or something.
Pink or purple or something. Okay, you might need to ask this guy again.
The Fuchsia Power Ranger.
Or magenta Ranger.
Oh dear.
Oh, luminous green.
Ugh.
Power
I just
Ranger.
like blue.
Is that what colour? What colour power? Is that what colour you be? Light blue.
Either the pink one or blue.
Okay, I like this. I can see where you're coming from.
What Power Ranger would you be, Oscar?
Now I'm thinking about it, actually. Let me think for a sec. Probably, I'd go green.
I don't know why
Left
people
field.
like green so much.
Left field, man. Pardon?
I don't know why people like green so much. I don't understand how green can be someone's favourite colour at all.
I think it's just an interesting colour because it's not really happy and it's not really sad. It's just a I don't know, it's like somewhere in the middle.
What's your favourite colour, Charlotte?
Blue.
Is it?
I like blue.
I don't really like blue.
You don't.
So,
You see
my
this? What's
room
going on
feels
here?
offended.
I love blue.
yeah, no, it's one of those. Apparently, it's the most calming colour, blue. That's what around the
My favourite colour
streets.
used to be orange a few years ago, and I don't know why. Because it's
That's a
rubbish.
weird one.
It is a crap colour, that, to be honest.
Yellow. If yellow is your favourite colour, what are you doing?
My brother's favourite colour is yellow.
You've
Why?
got so many options, and you go for a lemon.
It's a happy colour. He doesn't think about lemon. He thinks
Yeah,
about
but like
yellow things.
blue and green and like red are like different shades. There's one shade of yellow.
No, there's not.
Yeah,
That's absolutely wrong.
No, because then it basically goes orange.
It goes
dark yellow. What's dark
You
yellow?
just explained it. Dark yellow is dark yellow.
There's no such thing as dark yellow.
Yeah,
You get dark blue,
Go on
dark
Google right
green,
now and
dark
type in-
red. No such thing as dark yellow.
This is I didn't think we'd get into this, but I'm right to stop. I'm really angry, man. I'm really angry. Oh God, what's that? Me and my brother, when we were younger, his favourite colour was red, and my favourite colour was blue. When we were like little kids, and I decided that red was an older colour and blue was it was a younger colour. So I decided I swapped favourite colours with him, so that mine became red and his became blue. I've changed it now. Now I'm purple and he's yellow. But
you just
he's
like
18.
psychologically tricked your own sibling.
I didn't spot. No, there was no tricking involved. It was an agreement that I got to have red and he got to have blue because it's an older colour, and that makes sense.
What colour's maths?
Pardon?
What?
Right, you know how some people like associate different colours with different things.
Yeah.
What colour is maths?
Math.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Orange. That's orange, man.
No, it's not.
It
The
really
subject.
is orange.
Yeah, the subject maths. What colour is it?
Orange.
What on earth are you?
No, it's dark blue.
I don't know. I just see a word. Like I see the word. I don't see a colour.
Do you not even associate it with like the colour of your like maths books in school?
No. Mine was orange.
I already
That's
told
probably the
you I
problem.
was not a good student. You really think I remember what colour my maths book was? I don't know.
I actually think it's a red.
White?
Now that I'm thinking about
White.
it.
White.
No,
Maybe
it's not.
It's not white. I mean, it's more
Ask
white.
me something else
It's
and
more
I
white
will
than it is
probably
orange,
think.
to be fair.
I honestly did not care for maths when I was in school. We will not go into that. It was not my favourite subject.
What's your thoughts on maths now?
I probably blocked it out. What was my favourite subject?
No. What's your thoughts on maths now?
Thoughts on
Now that we've
maths
got
now?
half. What you thinking
Yeah,
about?
have your opinions on maths evolved
Yeah.
as you got older?
I liked it for a little bit in sixth form because I took business and you have to do like accountants, people are going to judge me for this, but accountancy kind of formulas and stuff like that. And I quite enjoyed stuff like that. Like I enjoyed algebra. But yeah, I just don't it wasn't enjoyable. I liked the challenge, but then if you kind of actually tested me on it, then that would just stress me out.
I think I'd like it more now that if I did it now and actually, but the thing is, everyone I'm around, all the maths I see now, I can't even comprehend. So if my mate's on a computer with some I'll just say maths. Again,
Just say maths. Brain freeze.
Showing me a graph, I do not understand. It's completely like a different language to me.
Yeah.
I actually don't. Oh well, even when it's calculated, the thing that annoys me about it is when it's wrong. When the answer's wrong, it's my fault, and it should have been. I don't want that. I just want to know that if it's some weird subjective thing like in English, where I can where I can get some points or whatever, it's just fully me that's wrong.
Yeah.
I think like the pressure as well, though, like to know that you think it's one of the subjects you had to get. I think that stressed me out to the max. Like, I think the pressure of it, I don't know, you having to get a certain thing, even though it's just a C, I think that just sends your head a little bit more west because, there's pressure there.
True.
Oh, we got numbers when we did our maths.
You in that?
Yeah, I was in that weird transition year where English and maths were numbers and everything else was letters.
I still don't understand that.
I don't get it either.
It doesn't work. It's stupid.
Someone was like, I got a 3. What's that? What's a 3 or a 4?
I do. Well, because there's more numbers than letters. And so it's like 9. It's like a high A star. Why not just keep it as an A star then?
Why don't you just say A star, B?
Yeah.
B plus, B minus.
If you're associating it to the things anyway.
That's what everyone did. They would just anytime you go over the numbers, right, you'd have on the whiteboard and you get your teacher to put all the numbers and then a line and then equate that to the letters. So why not just keep the letters or just add an A star if you're that bothered?
It's like when people do a BTEC, they're like, I got a distinction. I'm like, all right, so you got an A. I always say, and same with uni, it's like, if you get a first,
I got a distinction star in my BTEC, thank you.
Oh, look at you,
there you
man.
go.
Well done.
I think what I got. I think I got distinction. What would it class as? I don't know. Distinction, merit? I don't know.
I did one where it was like the equivalent to 1 A level. So I did a BTEC and 2 A level. And my BTEC was a distinction star because it's a BTEC and it's easy. And then my A levels were both C's because I can't do exams.
What were they in?
My BTEC was in creative media production, and then my A levels were in film studies and drama. Yeah. I'm irritated by the people who, like this year, because obviously the pandemic, so they haven't been able to do their exams. And so the way they've worked it out is that they get what they're expected to get. And that annoys me because I would have got an A in film studies and ended up with a C.
I'm quite glad I didn't, to be fair, because I'm sure I missed a mock or 2. So I would technically have failed them. Because it's based on your mocks, isn't it?
I think it's a mix of your mocks and what your teachers think you would get.
Yeah.
Because I don't know exactly, because I've got a mate who's in that. Yeah.
I'm quite happy with it though, because they did the same. Well, I don't know if it was every uni, because I've spoken to a few of my friends and they were like, oh, we've not got that. But my uni, at least, we got a safety blanket. So what you got last year. Oh no, sorry. What you got last term. I think at the end of each term you get a grade thing, an average, your overall grades, percentage or whatever for that term. And I think you get an average. So for example, it would be an average level 5 for me for that year, and then everything I can basically, as long as I get past everything with 40% minimum, I cannot go lower than that. So technically, if I just got 40% on everything, I wouldn't actually equal up to what I was going to get, but I can't go lower than it. So yeah, it's great for us, because as long as you pass things, yeah. But it's quite good. I think it was needed because it is hard. People were working all the time and stuff like that, so they'd be struggling to kind of get, the time to study and stuff.
So we're at our final question now on this.
Oh,
yeah, we're still doing the questions. So the final question, as it always is what are you most excited for people to see in Insight? It's a very vague question to be.
I don't know. I don't know. I was turn it into something bigger, hopefully.
I don't know, I'm just I'm excited to see who sees it. I guess not. Well, you talking about within the actual film. Well, actually, that was the question. Now I think.
Yeah, sort of, and like how people will react to it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Generally.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I want to say just what they think to the actual outcome and the ending, and kind of what comes of it. I think that's personally what I'm excited to see, like the actual what they think about the outcome of the actual film and what actually has happened. And if we get that far, I want them all to see kind of their own kind of story and who's kind of, I don't know, when they're all in like the groups and stuff, I'm quite excited for them to see their kind of villain in a sense, and like who they kind of portray as who.
Yeah, I'd say quite a similar thing actually. That's kind of exciting to me, but I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited for us all to be in the room actually doing it, because it'll be very fun as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm excited to that. Fingers crossed Corona doesn't ruin it.
Oh,
beautiful note to end on.
Imagine if it gets pushed back to April.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm conflicted because realistically, it probably is safer. But like, I can't be bothered waiting till April.
We've waited so long already because
and it's like we just put in so much work to get it where it's at.
Well, I'm just like, I can just see a lot of people probably maybe dropping out of coming to the premiere, but I've been mentioning it to my family like every day. I'm like, it is still happening. Don't think you're getting out of anything. Don't think you can suddenly cancel your holidays. So I don't know. Fingers crossed it does happen, because April, I feel like it's going to be, I think it would then probably be harder because people are obviously going to be busy. Like people have known for like a year now, August. So it'll be quite I think it'll be quite hard.
Weird.
So that's it for the questions. We've got no more questions. Unless there's anything else you guys want to mention.
No.
Okay, no, says Oscar.
No.
No.
No, anything you want to ask away, Johnny? Your head.
No.
Get rid of it.
So if you're not following us on social media, go and do that. All that will be wherever. This will be on the website and on YouTube and stuff. You can find the links, and they'll be around. And if you haven't donated to our crowdfunder and you are in a position to, please do, because we've only got a limited amount of time left. This is going up on Tuesday, which means we'll have about 6 or 7 days left at that point.
Wow.
So we're hoping for another big push in the last week or so. And all the support is greatly appreciated by everyone on the team. But that's all we have to say for today. So thank you for watching. Thank you for coming in, having a chat, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.